with that being said, Playboi Clarti.
Come on,
G. What are you talking about?
Unreal.
What? Oh,
Unreal.
bro. Let me tell you this, yeah. I swear, I remember I rang you. I said to you, bro,
Yeah.
if I was meals up, yeah, I would have just transferred you. I'd have just given you just 10 bags.
Just like that.
I'd have just done it, man. I'd have just said, you know what? Send me your account details and I'm just giving you 10 racks. Fuck it. Like, I'm just giving you 10 racks. That was absolutely. I don't care what happens in the rest of them. Yeah, that and how you dropped that was absolutely sensational, bro. Seriously.
Do you know what's so mad about that though? Yeah, like with me, yeah, when I'm in that setting, when I'm working with like people that I know, I'm so comfortable, and it's like it's banter. It's what man them would say if we was doing that in the real life. As much as that's entertainment and stuff, yeah, that's an element of how I am on a normal day. I always try to find the words or the things, the sayings. I'm always good on my feet to say certain things. And I was just thinking, that's something I've been saying to myself from years, Playboi Clarti.
Oh, is it? Yeah?
And I use that as a reference, like, to let man know that if I was a rapper,
yeah, that's it.
They'll know me for that. And I think that's just like a representation of how I am, innit? Like, when I'm with the man them, that is how I move. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's good that it's out there on a public platform, and people get to watch it. It's very funny. It's entertainment.
Yeah,
and that's what I initially, when I first started doing this stuff, wanted to be known for, bro. Like, I wanted to be known as that guy that is so confident that he can say what he wants and it's smooth as hell. And you can't compare it to nobody, because who says that?
Exactly. Do you know what? Yeah. So last time you came here, it was April 2019. Yeah. And you was like in your workings, like, and since then, all the way up to now, yeah, I feel like there's been massive changes in your life. Do you obviously you remember coming here?
Yeah, that was.
Do you remember how you what like? Do you remember just where you was at then?
Yeah, I remember them times there. I just quit my job, so I think I was 3 months into being self-employed, and I was just in that hungry place. Like, I've just come from poverty, bro. Like, I've come from not having much, not still like kind of not on the roads, but you get me, I'm there kind of, and I just wanted to better my situation, but I knew what I wanted to do. So everything I've done now is a testament to where my head was at that place, innit? To see it work out to where it is right now, sometimes I don't even believe that it's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even, like, I'm so normalized. Like, I remember like people would be like to me, bruv, like, you just done this and you're acting like it's normal. And it's because I originally saw this happening, bro.
Yeah.
It's so weird to say. Like, people say it's so cliche. Man, I saw the future happening and I just went, like, literally, that's what I saw. And yeah, bro, sometimes I just got to pinch myself and say, bro, you really done it, man. You really changed your situation and done it unapologetically as well.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean?
Just by being yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, there's something, I don't know what it is, yeah, and I'm yet to articulate it in the way that I really want to, but there's something so uplifting about just being able to work off just being yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, someone just hiring you because they just want you to just be you. Like, come, we want to pay you so you can be you. Come, innit? Just be you.
Do you know so mad, Chuckie? Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, imagine, yeah, like I said, you remember when I first came here, yeah, and I remember saying this was one of the best podcasts I was ever on, because I was able to speak about my past and my present without knowing, and how it was very therapeutic for me, because I got to basically speak about my truths, innit? The fact that I'm able to go into establishments that I used to watch when I was a kid, Man United, Adidas, all of these massive, Spotify, yeah, and be me. They pay me to be me, bro.
Right.
Man United, the Adidas guy, when I did a Man United advert, he's come over to me, he's gone, oh, yeah, Harry, man, we want you to do that. We are winning. He said that to me, bro. And I lost it. I said, here's me trying to do the professional stuff.
Yeah.
Bun that. Be you, innit? Be unapologetically you, innit? And for me, I think that's my biggest blessing, because when I did start doing this thing, I never had nothing else to do, bro. Like, working wasn't getting me nowhere. I didn't finish uni. The roads didn't work for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of stuck, and I knew that I had one thing, which was to entertain people. That's what I do for free, bro. When I'm chilling with the man them for hours on end, I'll be bunning bear suits, and I'm the one that's creating bear jokes. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me to then get paid to do it, and create a career for myself to help my family and help me change my whole life, yeah, it's next level, bro. And like I said, bro, I still don't even understand how it's happening, because it's just like every day is just a brand new day, bro. From jumping in my car to doing a meeting with this person, and this person's a fan of your work, and it's just weird, bro. It's mad weird.
But there's still more levels to unlock, and I feel like as well, there's more understanding that brands and stuff like that need to have in that as well. But I feel like a lot of us at the moment, which I remember I was saying to you on the phone, is that like I feel like a lot of us are putting us in positions where you can't. It's like you can't get rid of the man them right now. You just can't, innit? Because again, a lot of us we're being ourselves, and people are gravitating to that, and there's value in it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because we are lit, bro. Like, we are what everybody wants to be. From the podcast, to the music, to the acting, to the sport, to everything, bro. We are the ones, bro. You go to the hospital, bro, the person who's going to clean you up is probably going to be a black lady. Or someone from the Philippines who's going to do an amazing job. I feel like the notion that we have right now, we need to actually take hold of it. They need black people in black space in their spaces right now. Yeah. And they need to pay us, because we contribute so much to this society, that I think we are the generation that needs to push it even more. Because now if you look at it, bro, Nines has gone number 1. Right. Following off that, Heady's gone number 1.
D-Block's went number 2 as well.
D-Block's went number 2. So and they've got the most streams in, I think, on the Apple Music and Spotify charts. This is insanity, bro. Like, we are changing the narrative, and I feel like being part of it, we're not going to know the depth of it until we're older, and the new generation comes in, and then people are going to be like, yeah, it was that podcast that spearheaded this, or it was that song, or that spearheaded it. And to be part of it, for me, is the most important thing. I was saying to Philly and Chunks the other day, I was like, you lot went on Soccer Aid, and you lot don't even know how deep that is, how big that is,
and the moments that they created in it. The biggest moments in
how you lot trending and soccer more than Soccer Aid. Yeah,
exactly.
That shows the power that we have as a unit, and I feel like there's a big unity starting to happen right now. I feel like people are starting to realize that if I work with you, we build it together. And I hope moving forward that there's no egos, because we've had that in the past where there's been this one black rapper and he hasn't helped this person, and it's just been him at the top. Well, now it's like everybody's at the top, and I love that. I love being part of it as well. And if you tell me in the beginning if that's what I thought was going to happen, I'll be lying.
Do you know what I think is good as well, bro? I'll tell you one thing that I think is really good on a personal one, is that like sometimes like brands will hit man up or whatever, and the thing that I love the most is conversations that I've had with peers on a thing of such and such has hit me up. What do you reckon the fee is? Like, what do you reckon they're trying to... Because some of us, like, you know what? I feel like, how do I say this without... You don't want to be tricked out of your position, but sometimes there's certain things where it's like, okay, cool. You don't want to... Like, someone could have went in and said, you know what? We are going to charge X, Y, and Z for that. Then someone else comes in and they charge, 70% less. Yeah? So then all that does now is... It just it lowers the thing. So everyone else that's coming underneath is now trying to fight for this, when ultimately this is always here. And there's a bunch of conversations where I've had with a couple of people that's been like, you know what, such and such has come in for whatever. Like, what type of conversations did you have? These are the type of conversations I had, bearing in mind that and I want you to bear in mind that how they spoke to me and how they speak to you might be completely different. My experience with them might be completely different to your experience with them. But these are the things that you want to keep in mind. Keep in mind in this. If they tell you or they mention that, then maybe come and say this, or try to avoid that because of X, Y, and Z. These are conversations I'm having with street dudes, bro. Like, man from the street I'm having these conversations with. And I know that that's beneficial for them, because they're not necessarily used to being in that dynamic. They may not have an agent. They may not have someone that can negotiate those type of things for them. So if you just take someone from the street and you're just offering them just legal money, they might just take that because it sounds great. But you know what? It is good. But you know what? You could actually get that because you are worth this at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And I love that, bro.
It's serious you say that, because I've had those conversations before. I remember one of the first one of the first things I ever did was like a TikTok campaign, and it was just literally to tell people to go and do TikTok, and this was like 2 years ago, my first bit of peas, and it took time to come. And I remember someone telling me about
first one always takes a while,
it was a mad thing, and someone told me about late fees and invoice and how to deal with your invoice and stuff. Like,
we had this conversation.
Yeah, like
2 weeks ago.
Prominent that, and I advise everybody that when you're sending your invoices, make sure there's late fees, because if I do the job, I don't care what's going on in your financial department. My job is done. I need my money within those 30 days, which the contract says. And
have you ever actually charged anyone late fees?
We are owed money from a big brand right now, and it's been almost 2 months and we ain't been paid. Yeah. Sad thing is, I like working with this brand, innit? Yeah.
Right.
And I've had to have that conversation with them to let them know that next time we do work, I need upfront payment while I do it. I need 50% upfront. If not, then we can't do the work, because what you've done, you've showed to me that you're very incompetent with your payment.
Right.
As big as you are, you're very incompetent with your payment, innit? However, my bad, innit? Because I shouldn't have thought just because you're a big brand that you're going to pay on time.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
They're the worst.
We all know they're the worst.
They're the worst, innit? And it's like, then it came down to like, I should have asked for more. Because now I don't feel like what you're paying me is not, it's very distasteful now.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's not the same as how I felt when I first said I'm going to do the job, innit? So those conversations is what the conversations I have with up and coming people, or people that have been there before me, let me know that as well. Like, you see your worth, only you know that. They don't know what your worth is. Their budget don't reflect your worth. Because if I look at it really and truly, I should say, if I say, okay, I want to charge 100k every time I do some work. If I know that with what I offer you, you're gonna make 100k, then of course I'm worth 100k. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just about building that brand and building that brand for yourself, and then on top of that, whenever you work very efficiently. So when you do ask for a next upgrade of P's or whatever, they can't say no. One thing my manager does whenever we do this budget stuff, is that because sometimes it's PR companies, it's not really the brand, innit? Yeah. So the PR company might hit you up and say, boom, 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 we've spoken to the client, this is the budget. My manager always says, well, this is what Harry's done. And it's always a paragraph because your boy's done a lot.
Straight.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that always changes to, okay, we've spoken to them.
Yeah.
That didn't come straight away. This is something we had to build because number one,
that's a good one. Hard. That's a good one, actually. I never thought about that.
Yeah, because it's like, bro, I know what I can do, bro. There's not a job I've ever done and I haven't given it my all.
Yeah.
Impossible. Because I don't have another chance at this. This is my one chance. So every job I take it as this is the final one. And I make sure I work very, very hard. So it reflects that when my invoices get paid, I feel like, I've done my job.
Yeah, straight.
So, it's one of those things I've learned due time, bro. But it wasn't easy at first because man's just there sweating, emailing, no one's responding to you.
Right.
Joke man thing.
And and that was going to what I was saying before in that, like, sometimes, like, with people coming into the game and that, some people are not necessarily aware of how you negotiate certain things or even how to work out what your worth is. Do you know what I mean? And so, what I charge or what this person charges or whatever can be all different. But I'm just letting you know that remember that you've done this and you come from that, and the environment that you come from might be one of the reasons why you've been employed. There's all of these different factors for why you could be getting this, and all of these factors stem down to who you are as a person, and who you are as a person has monetary value. Do you get what I'm saying? So you always got to make sure that you're being spoken to correctly. If we don't have these conversations amongst each other, then sometimes you can put yourself in that situation where you're getting X, Y, and Z now, and you turn around and you look and you're like, you see this guy. Whereas like when companies were going for the digestible face, a lot of the time there were companies that would go for the digestible face more so than someone like us, because they would feel like maybe, if we came there, we were going to mash up the thing or be unprofessional or whatever. You look at what that person is making to what we are making, and it's like where we come from, what we're doing has the biggest value, theirs doesn't, and the pay gap is outrageous. We just need to make sure that we level this up a tiny bit. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. And do you know what it is as well? And one thing I clocked when I first started doing what I was doing is I didn't want to be a gimmick, innit? I didn't want to be one of those people I have to go into character. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that character, once the world starts to see, or social media starts to see that this is rubbed out now, yeah, these brands ain't going to be hitting you up no more.
Nah, and you die with it.
You die with that stuff. And I'm not a brand orientated person. My stuff is my stuff. I just go onto them places and do what I needed to do. And I think that's my secret weapon, if anything, to why I still am prominent in the scene right now, is because it's me. I can level up and you lot won't be ready for it. You haven't seen me at my prime, right? I'm still young. There's still so much stuff I want to do. I want to go into acting. I want to tap into having my own production company. I want to actually be someone who is a spearhead for giving opportunities to other people in the scene as well. So it's bigger than me. When I first started, it was just, I need to get some bread, bro. Man's bro.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? I need something. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it's
money
like,
to eat.
Like the money hasn't, or the success hasn't made me change anything. If anything, it's made me more smarter. Do you know what I'm saying? It made me realize that there's more people. And for example, there's people that bust me who've had that mentality.
Yeah.
I just want to see you win. And they really mean it. It's not like they're doing it because, hey, I want to be associated with this guy because I know it's popping. It's genuinely, I want to see you win. And I think that is something that when we're having these conversations about telling your guy, okay, cool, ask for this because you're worth that. Those are the conversations that help to, you get me, make sure that everyone else that comes before or after you has that same mentality.
You know, because again, it's like, remember, it's not so much about the money, you know, but like it is about what some of these things can come with and the stepping stones that it can put you on and all of these things and that too. But there's been many of times here where, you know what, I've been offered something, and it's been nice, bro. It's been nice. But I know that like when I look at what I had done or what had happened before, that really the worth is a bit more. And so I always fight with, I'll make it more specific, I did a job for a certain company, a company that I love working for, proper love working for them. And it was successful. What I did with them became very successful, whatever, working on the next project or whatever. Contract came through and there wasn't really much of a change in the contract, Now, bearing in mind, the contract's nice. The contract is nice, bro. I would just take that. But I have to take into consideration that the success that we had of the last one hasn't been reflected really in the contract. So there's a uncomfortable conversation that needs to be had, but it's not uncomfortable really because ultimately it's a business. They've done what they've supposed to do from a business side. Yeah, we'll just offer that. It's for me now to go and say, you know what, we did. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? As soon as I did that, you know what, we understand. I'm gonna go back and we'll negotiate. We'll have a little conversation later on that day, 5:30 p.m. Boom. Is this all right? Yeah, you know what? Work with that one. Work with that one. That was, you know what I mean? Now we're talking.
But do you know what though, Chuckie? Yeah, it's scary to have that conversation because ultimately we're from a certain place where, and to be honest, it goes deeper to say because we're black, and it's like we feel like, well, I'll speak for myself. If we ask, maybe we could potentially fuck up the bag. Maybe they could potentially say, do you know what? We don't know. Yeah. The second, that they say to you, we want to work with you, is to say that they've thought about everybody and they've come and picked you. Yeah. You've gone and done something successful that's worked. You're in your right to say, yeah, I want more. Yeah. Because you know what you can offer.
Exactly. And do you know what it was? I didn't want to come across greedy. Yeah. That was the thing. I didn't want to come across greedy. And do you know what as well? I know this sounds mad, but I did think in my head, to the person that I'm having this conversation with, I know that they're not the boss, and to them, they might be looking at that figure and thinking, how the hell could he like look at what he's getting for those couple of days work, and I'm here doing. So there's like that bit of empathy within me that is like, I could be negotiating a certain level of P with somebody who might be thinking to themselves like, but then I also have to understand it's not your money. It's not your money. And also it's not about you. You know what I mean? This is about what we trying to come to a common ground where we feel like it's both fair and we can work in harmony together and move forward. Because you know what you're going to get with me now. I've showed you that and I've proved it. So let's make that reflect.
I feel like you're right, because you can only have that way of thinking once you've done the business. Do you know what I'm saying? With me, I wasn't asking for what I'm asking for now, because I knew that I needed to prove myself first. But now there's no conversation that I really need to have. Like it's not a long thing anymore.
Yeah.
This is what I feel like I'm worth. You go back and see what you want to say.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. And I think it's just even that, to be in that situation is such a blessing, because again, when I first started doing this stuff, I didn't know how to make money from Instagram. I was just posting videos on my stories, on my page, on my Snapchat, and not getting no money from it. No opportunities were coming, but I knew that there was going to come one day. I knew that they would see one thing from me, is that my consistency. I'm a consistent person. I work very hard, and whatever you can say about me, I entertain. Like, whether I'm not your type of entertainer, that's cool, tomato. But I know that I was always going to be able to give you something, that will always be at a certain level, innit? And I think a lot of people are now witnessing that as well. We're seeing a lot of people do their own editing, do their own stuff, do everything on their own. So when people come and ask them to do stuff, it's like, well, I do all of this stuff on my own, so you need to pay me extra for that. And I love that about what's happening right now. That I've seen a lot of women go and do YouTube and gaming and stuff
trust me.
that we...
Like, honourable shout out to Els the Witch.
Els the Witch. I was even thinking about Els the Witch as well.
And I was watching her from the beginning, like when she's just started her YouTube and that. You know, like the consistency that she's kind of, you know, that she's been delivering has been nuts. And you can see, like, that's paying off for her.
And look, we got Yinka. She's about to start as well. She's all smashed. She can get paid from Twitch now.
Yeah.
Quicker than most people that have been on it for time. And I think that just shows, innit? Like, once you have a passion for something, and you actually are good at it, you can make bread from this thing. Like, and I want anyone that's watching this to understand that man's not just saying it because it's cool to say. It's real facts. People are actually changing their destiny by doing things that they genuinely love, and I think that's sick. I think that's the best way you can ever make money.
You know, I always used to say, even from a DJ point of view, and I used to say this to someone someone that I know well, talking about like just wanting to become a DJ and do all of these type of things, and I used to always just say, do it because you love it, innit? Do it because you love it. You see, when you love something, you might find yourself in a point where you have a bit of difficulty and you find yourself stuck in the mud a little bit, but that love will bring perseverance. With perseverance, you keep going, there'll be certain things that will happen in that. And you know what will happen as well? Maybe when you do that, there might be another opportunity that isn't so much that, but it's right next to it that would be great for you as well. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, and then another thing happens after that, after this, after that, after this, after that. But then if you don't love it and you're not being yourself, then you know what? The moment that you find yourself stuck in the mud, you give up. You don't even want to do anything anymore. You don't even want to, this is long.
You know what is so mad you say that, I felt like that for like 6 months. Where like, I didn't want to do this stuff anymore. Just felt like it was just generic. I just felt like I was doing bare brand stuff, wasn't doing stuff that Harry Pinero was known for. Then COVID came. The man's stuck at home, about to have a son. Dealing with, okay, when is my next bread gonna come from? Like, I might have to go into my savings. That's not what we do here. We don't go into our savings. So I was caught between not enjoying it no more and thinking what the hell's going to happen, because I don't know when we're going to be able to get back into work. Then I think Ramadan happened and I just took a more spiritual journey, and I was like, look at what you've got around you. Look at what you have. Like, look at what you was doing before when you first started doing that stuff. Go back to that. And it was because I got comfortable with my situation. Man's making a decent amount of money every month. I'm cool, man. I don't need to do that job, man. I'm tired. I don't need to go and do YouTube stuff. I don't really need to interact with the followers. I don't need to do all of that other stuff. And then I realized that, nah, bro, that's how you fall off, because you ain't even made it yet, and you've got that mentality. And I remember just having that hard conversation with myself. And then I say over the last 4 months, I've just been at it, back again to the hungry side of it again. I love doing it again. And I felt like I fell out of it because I was caught up in the commercial stuff, and caught up in the fact that financially I was getting more stable, and that wasn't that side of me is gone now, innit? I actually just want to be remembered as one of the best to do it, and I'm back in that bag now, innit?
Yeah.
And then now I love working. So when I get emails, I'm just like, yes, let's go do it. Let's go do that. And then I'm doing stuff that I actually love doing, like football now.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, a lot of people don't know that even in the beginning of this year, and before this year actually, we was just getting bare emails. I promise you, I didn't email nobody for no work. All my work that I've got, that you guys have seen over the last maybe 2 years, has all been from just a random email because I saw you do Talent Hunt, or I saw you on Does the Shoe Fit, or I saw you do this and we want to work with you. And I got scared, didn't it? I was like, I don't know how long this is going to last for. So me and my manager, shout out to Collar, I said to him, we're going to go to every single brand that we want to work with, and we're going to go and say, this is what we want to do with you guys. Let us know what you're going to do. So I went to go link Spotify. We went to go see Joel and Safia over there. And I said to them, listen, I love music. Check me, I'm a big fan of music. You see I post every day someone's song or whatever. I want to work with you guys to some capacity. Whether it's, we do live shows, or I'm hosting shows, or I'm interviewing artists. I've got good rapport with these artists on a real. Like, it's not just, you know me, I know you. I actually have a good rapport with them. Let's do something. Lo and behold, a few months later, they've said, right, we want you to do a podcast with, initially it was supposed to be with someone else, but it ended up being with me and Henry.
I love her, by the way.
Bruv.
Sick. When we was talking about people before,
yeah,
I wanted to say her name as well. I didn't come into it, but
Henry is
Henry,
probably she's like one of the best people I've ever worked with, but met, and see her heart so pure. She wants to be so good at this job, and she is. Yeah. And she's gonna have a long career.
Wicked future.
She's so like energy.
Future,
Shout out to Henry. With Adidas, went to go see Adidas. I said to Adidas, listen, I love football as well. I want to work with you guys to some capacity. Whatever you feel like it needs to happen, needs to happen. Didn't hear from them for like a few months. Then boom, they just start coming in. Man United advert.
I wanted to talk to you about that still.
Yeah, different campaigns. So it was like, I took my position that I have worked hard for, and I said, okay, cool. Oliver Twist thing, can I have some more, please? And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to these people that I want to work with and saying, boom, this is me. I want to work with you guys. Because I got that fear of me getting comfortable. I had to eradicate that by just going and doing what I needed to do.
That part, where you said that you...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're not sorry about nothing, bro.
Siri, man.
Man, interrupting big man conversation and that. What? Yeah, man.
Idiot.
Chill.
I should take you off from Dash.
But you mentioned as well, that part of like being scared of not knowing how long this is gonna last. Big and serious. I felt a lot about that as well. Like, because you think, you have this moment where you're having a good run, and certain things are happening, but then you. Like, I don't know, not everyone, but I have definitely thought, shit, like, I don't know how long I have in this. But how I rationalize it is that I say to myself that at least I'm not being a gimmick. And that was what you were saying before. I feel like my time in filming content and doing certain things would be limited if I was pretending to be someone, because then pretending to be someone lasts a period of time, and once that isn't cool anymore, then you just die with that. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas for me now, I've kind of felt like, you know what, I'm not even going to stress too much about having a good run and then all of a sudden going cold or whatnot. I'm just going to keep focusing on just being who I am, because ultimately there's always going to be something there's always going to be something that accounts for that. There's always going to be something that someone's going to want from the expertise that I have. Do you get what I'm saying? And the network that I've built and the people that I've been around. Do you know what I mean? But that fear is a real thing, man. I definitely at a point started to feel like, shit, man, things are a bit too good. But also I think a part of that has got a lot to do with the fact that I was broke at one point, bro. Like, I had I was on my face at a point. And because of that, there's that fear of it happening again. Do you get what I'm saying? And in moments of good shit happening, in moments of good shit happening, that fear kind of kicks back again. Like,
It's mad,
remember Chucks?
Yeah,
yeah,
you was Bratton Ross.
Yeah, exactly, right.
So man, I say all the time, yeah, my trauma comes from a lot of things, innit? The trauma that we all have, the things that ignite some sort of fear in us, all come from a certain place, innit? Certain things have happened to us, and it brings back those memories, innit? So when you said you was broke and and when you get to that stage where even when let's say you've been given 50 grand for an hour of work or 2 or whatever it is, in your back of your head, you're still thinking, oh my God, I just got paid for that. Bro, I can't go back. And that can't go back feeling, for me, was like, when I was broke, my mental health was all over the place. All over the place. I felt very shy. I couldn't go and speak to my friends. I was lying about my financial, all of this stuff. It weren't making no sense. And I remember one day, my brethren called me one day and he goes, bro, man knows you're broke, bro, but come on, bro, man's your brethren, fam. Like, stop all of this, bro. Come link, man, bro. What do you mean? What are you doing? You're not doing nothing, bro. Come link, man. The most harshest conversation he ever had with me. But that made me feel like, you know when you're busting to go toilet and you finally go?
Yeah.
That's what it made me feel like.
And you
went to go lick the man them. I remember his bunnies. He goes, take this crow, man. Don't even watch that, bro. But fam, it's cool. We've all been there. You know when a man that's got mad bread has told you, we've been there.
Trust me.
And everything he's saying to you is what you're going through. It gives you that sense of cool. So from that situation, I just went tunnel vision and I've been relentless ever since. And I think the relentless comes from not having it and remembering how lazy I was before. And all of that stuff. So that's my trauma. That's why I can't not work, bro. So you're gonna give me 4 months and I'm not working. That's gonna tap back into like feeling broke again. Do you get me?
Because you don't know when the next thing's coming back.
I don't know, bro. I remember luckily for me, I did something with Sky in it, for the Premier League tournament, FIFA thing, innit? Come out of nowhere, innit? And I got paid decent amount of money for that. So that kind of helped me for that period, innit? But in my head I was thinking, it's so mad. Even though I got that, I was like, imagine I didn't get this though.
Yeah, I know. That's how I think.
Do you know how wild that is, Chuckie?
Yeah, I think that. Like, if I didn't, I think, right, if that didn't happen and this didn't happen, then, right, it would have been mad for me. That's trauma still.
Do you get me, bro? And it's like, man don't know what that is until you explain it to somebody and they're like, yeah, you've still got trauma from when you was broke. Because when I was broke, a lot of things weren't positive in my life.
Who's your go-to?
I got a few. Of late, my dad. Of late, my dad's been very open to me about what he went through as a young 23-year-old man coming from Sierra Leone to this country, working bare different jobs, bringing my mum over, not being able to go to university because he needs to work, my mum needs to look after the kids, then sacrificing that to make sure that my mum goes to uni to become a nurse, then a midwife, then to be able to provide. So it's a team thing. All of that stress that he went through, when he explains that to me, like of late, obviously, because when I was younger, we never had that much of a relationship because man was just too bad, like too bad for him to even, sometimes you'd be like, oh, you're going to kill me. You are going to kill me because when you have a son, you're going to understand what it's like. He used to say that to me and now I get it, innit?
As Jamaicans, from a Jamaican background, your grandparent or your mum would say, Lord God, my blood pressure, you see?
Yeah, you see, all of that. And I contribute to my dad's, he said it to me openly. You contributed to my blood pressure. Okay. I would wait until you come home at 3 a.m, then I can go sleep, but I got to go work at 7.
Yeah.
Them kind of things there. So when I speak to my pops, like, that's you get me? My brethrens are very like, it's like when you sit with your brethren, and you're telling him, like, and he's like, no, man, it's calm. And you have to say, no, bro. Like, then it's like they put the zoot down and they're like, okay, cool, let me listen to you. Then my missus, like, I'm able to just say what I need to say and just, you know what I'm saying, get to that stage where it's like, you understand me because you might not understand me fully. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm my mum. Like, my mum and my sister are probably the 2 most important people in my life to me in terms of, like, they understand me. Do you know what I mean? I feel like women understand men, but men don't understand women, if that makes sense.
You know, this might sound mad, but sometimes by being in a dynamic with women, yeah, that I'm close to, whether it be my last girlfriend or just like people that I've been just super close with and that have been my go-to, yeah. That level of vulnerability that I've been able to have around them has in some way really made me understand myself as a man. And I could only really have got that through having that with them.
That you know what, you said that and I don't feel I need to say anything less. More, I mean, because I'm able to just, like, I remember 2 years ago having a conversation with my mum and my sister, and I just broke down. And it's like, they was just like, yes, finally. Because, you know, they're seeing this man be strong and they're like, for what?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? I birthed you, cleaned your bum, I made you breakfast every day. You don't need to do this.
Yeah.
My sister, I know you, bro. And the one out there and the one in here, I know you.
How did that feel?
It's relief, bro. Like, it's so much relief because, again, like, man, without going into it too much, yeah, bro, man's been a naughty kid from I can remember. Do you know what I'm saying? And it never went in, like, hand in hand with how my family raised me. I'm from a Muslim background, bro. I'm African parents. We live our lives a certain way, and I wasn't living my life in any way, shape, or form the way I should have been in terms of the way I was brought up. So, but there was always that conflict, and my mum was always just like, come over to this side. This is the side that's going to make you happy. My dad was the same. He was just like, come, just stop this, you get me? So it's like, we had a period of time where it was like, we weren't communicating as much as we should have. Then it's like, when I got to my lowest, they was there. They was the only people there, bro. I had nobody, bro. Literally. They was the only people there that was able to pick me up and say to you, listen, we told you, but listen, we'll always give you chances. So when I got to that stage where, like, things have changed and my life's got better, I started looking at them like, you lot, I don't know what I'll do without you. Like, I genuinely don't know what I would have done without you. Because those words and those tough words and those encouragement and all of that stuff you gave me has molded me into a better person. Now I'm able to see my flaws from Wade, and try and deal with them. It's because of you guys. You guys have actually been unapologetically and unconditionally in love with their son and their brother. And I think that, for me, I can't explain how important that's been to me. Literally, it's been the best thing for me.
That's amazing, bro. Seriously.
Nah, it's mad because as a man, yeah, you don't really like notice how important the women in your life are until, like, there's a precise moment, or until they're gone. It's so mad.
Until they're gone. You see that moment, yeah, of one of them going for whatever the circumstances are. How that can rattle you is astronomical, bro. That's very deep, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, you're right, man. I feel like it's so good to be able to even have that, and some people don't even feel like they have it. Some people don't. Some people do have it and don't utilize it, and by not utilizing it, they don't realize how much they've actually got built up that they need to just kind of let go. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like it's so important to have someone that you can go to and just be vulnerable and speak without a filter and without a facade, no ego or no nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? Dash away the social constructs in this. I've gotta be.
My biggest mistake.
I'm gonna walk into the room and yo, fam. You see this, yeah?
Oh, you got your arms there, Chucks.
Oh yeah. Do you know what the maddest thing is as well? Yeah, boom. I ain't even been to the gym for a minute now, but I still got the. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the
muscle
thing.
Memory, yeah.
Yeah, the muscle memory. You understand what I'm saying? When I get back in,
it's over.
Yeah, because I've been out for 2.5 weeks or whatnot. When I get back in, trust me when I tell you, bro, it don't take long, bro. It don't take long. Like 2.5 weeks again, and I'm back with the shit.
And then training. You've been training.
Yeah, and then 2 months in, then it's like, okay, yeah, I fully hear you. 4 months in, it's like, Chucks,
chill out.
Yeah, I hear that.
You're doing too much.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, flipping, what was I going to say now? Something that you mentioned, though, that I thought was kind of interesting was the falling out of love with it for a bit. Like, why do you feel like that was? Because for me, watching you, it seemed like you, like, all of the projects that you was working was on, all the projects that you were working on was still lit. You was very active, very busy or whatever, yeah. See the falling out of love stuff, was that more, not so much the work, but more so just things that was going on personally in your life?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, I've come into this industry off the basis of, I want to change my life, innit? And then when your life changes and everything else around it changes it, from like your privacy, how you move, where you eat your food, all the other stuff, I think I got a bit of anxiety from it as well. And it was like, although I knew that it comes with a sort of fame and it comes with a sort of like, people know who you are and all the other stuff, and there's a lot of pressure on you. And I started to feel like it was getting a bit too much for me, and I wasn't enjoying doing it as much as I was in the beginning. I think I loved when no one knew who I was and I was the underdog, and I wanted to prove myself. And it's like, I kind of shot up very quickly, if I'm being totally honest. Like, I kind of overlapped people that's been doing this from before me, and yeah, I just felt very like, whoa, this is not as what I thought it was going to be before. Then when I started doing bare brand work and not work for myself and not work that my followers followed me for, then I started to say, nah, I need to change this. So I went back to the stairs. I went back to the stairs and I started doing bare stairs videos, like maybe every 1 week or every 2 weeks. And I remember I did one significant one. I think it was about Shelly to Belly or whatever, about Tit Gal or whatever, yeah.
Which one was that one? And I've seen all of them.
Yeah, and then that brought me back. For me, it brought me back because the response I got was, yes, HP's back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I knew, because I know my followers, bro. I don't know them individually, but I know when you follow me for a certain thing. I don't post political stuff. I don't post stuff about anything else bar entertainment. That's what my page is for. You go there to feel good about yourself. And I felt like my page wasn't moving like that. It was more, yeah, this nigga getting a check, rather than this guy actually is still HP, the guy that is going to give us
the source.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I went back to that, innit? You know what I mean? And I realized that for me will breed so much positivity in my life when I'm going back to the real reason why people even know who I am. And I think that was me just finding that little click in it. And I think when I found it again, here we are again.
Yeah, bro.
Active.
You know, like, especially in this creative world, yeah? See, like, with the fact that we essentially build ourselves up by being ourselves, which we've talked about a lot, well, mainly throughout this conversation and that, yeah? You never want to lose sight of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's good to obviously get the work in and, you know, have these jobs, because that's what a part of this is about. A part of this is about, you know, working with, collaborating. A part of this is about collaborating, yeah? Going and doing stuff, getting paid for it, whatever, being fulfilled within that. But there's also the other side of like, yo, what got me here was this. This is what people really fucked with as well, yeah? Can't lose sight of that. I gotta keep doing that. Even for me, I will never stop doing this podcast, bro. I will not stop doing it. Like, whether there's a check in there or whether there isn't, because I know that the more that I water this plant, the more opportunities that there come for me, and also the more opportunities that can come for CALUM as well. Do you get what I'm saying? And the people that I work with. So this is like my tree. And so I feel like it's always important to remember your tree and always just water your plant and do your thing, because that's the originality of where people fucked with you from. Do you get me?
Like, even with me, like, being the source, like, for example, Does the Shoe Fit, yeah, the first episode, yeah, like, you can see that is the HP that we all remember. Yeah. This is why people started to mess with me, because I was highlighting a part of myself that I found during the ages of 16 and onwards, of how to approach women or how to approach situations, and it's with self-confidence and saying it with your chest. Yeah. And when people see that and are reminded of that, they buy into Harry Pinero again, because the messages that I get here are so emotional. Man are saying, bro, you've given me so much confidence to go to the gym, or go and do this interview, or have confidence with my girl, bro. Do you know, as a person that's from the ends, bro, when you receive those messages, what it does to you? It gives you a next sort of, all right, cool, this is my job now, I've got to do this. And like you said, we're in this prompt, I'm not going to stop doing this. Like, you get people saying, oh, like, he's in a relationship and all of that other stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm an entertainer.
Right.
This is my job.
Of course.
This is what I do. This is what secures the bag. This is what has changed my life. Do you think because of your, you being idiotic is going to stop me from doing, bro, you're crazy. Do you know what I'm saying?
And sometimes, you know what, yeah? I feel like the best people in this game that deliver at the highest, are people that are great at compartmentalizing. Being able to say, yeah, I got this going on, or this might be going on at home, or whatever it may be. But when I'm out here and I'm doing that, I'm tapping into the other side of me that's going to deliver X, Y, and Z. This is still me. It's still me. I'm still giving you jokes and doing all of that stuff. But yeah, doesn't mean that I'm dismissing the fact that I've got whatever I've got at home. I'm entertaining.
And the thing is, I don't involve that side, my family, or anything that's personal to me, because when I first started, you didn't get none of that. So why am I going to add it? Why am I going to add that now? So because it's like people, like, I'm not going to add it, but what I will do is I will mention it. I'll let you guys know that, yeah, that's the situation. I'm not going to hide my situation in any way, shape or form, but that's got nothing to do with what I do.
Let's talk about that. You obviously had you got a son, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when you had the son now, it was like bare people jumped out like, what? What's going on? Like he's got a you. And even I did for a minute because I was like, oh right, that's nuts. Like he's got But then for me, straight away, I remember thinking to myself, why am I like, that's not supposed to be a shock to me. That's your personal business. Do you get what I'm saying? Whenever we sit and we have a conversation about some live stuff off the microphone or whatever, that will come up in the conversation. We talk about it is what it is. You are not, as an entertainer, you are not contracted to come out and say to everyone, hey everyone, I'm with this person and I have this on the way. Some people do it and that's cool. But you're not. That's not a thing that you have to do.
I'm not that guy.
Right.
That's what it is. It's like, bro, my life is personal. I live a life. The life that I've lived isn't something that online needs justification for it. If I was to explain my life story to people, you would have a different understanding of why I am this way and why I moved this way. Do you understand? So it's like, I know that for myself, but I can't tell the millions of people around.
And you don't need to.
I don't need to. So it's like, if you understand, if you're someone who can see things for what they are, then you understand me, and we have that. Do you know what I'm saying? But me as a person, it's like I always want to differentiate between social media and real life. My real life is personal to me. It's what really matters in the grand scheme of things. Social media is a tool that I use to express parts of my character, and then we leave it as that, and we don't confuse the two, because when you start confusing the two, you lose focus of what really matters. Yeah. And I've learned that from early, so we don't mix those things.
I love the idea of being able to like step out into the noise. The reason why I've gone silent actually, because it reminds me of a conversation I was having before when I was saying I never wanted to come off my estate. I never wanted to leave my estate. I liked being in noise. I loved it. I loved at a point that people could just knock on my door and I just come outside and all of that. And then I ended up moving out off my estate, moving into a yard. And then I started to love the idea that the house that I lived in was a bit out, but then I could go back in to this when I was ready to do that. And so that's how I feel about my career. I like to be able to step out into the noise when I'm ready and see when it's time to go back with my gal.
My gun.
I'm here, you can't get me. Shout Callum. Shout Callum and he'll text me. Yeah? Bro, I love that. Do you get what I'm saying? That doesn't have to be for the socials. You know
but this is the thing, like, obviously with Mira, she's an artist. So it's like, she has her own career. Like, and she's a musician. So we're two public figures. So of course it's going to be like, oh my God, and then it's like, cool, but it's two people at the end of the day. Just because she's a musician, I'm an entertainer, it doesn't mean that we have to bring that side to you lot. If we choose to, then that's cool. Fair. If we choose to, if we wanted to post every day, we would. But that's something that would be based on our terms. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to, as a person in this industry, know how to distinguish between the both of them, innit? Because I've seen it happen many times. People have gone all public and stuff, and then before you know it, everyone's in your business. And I don't like that stuff. I think that's very intrusive. Even though we are public figures and we are, you know, the work that we do is for the masses, my personal life's not public work.
Yeah.
And that is where we draw the line. And that's something that I've had to mention to her. She understands that as well. We both know that as well, and we move.
How did you feel about the noise though?
Do you know what? At first, yeah. Do you know what? I already knew it was going to be like that anyway. I'm not going to act oblivious to it. Did you talk about it? Did you ever say? We did, but like not like that though. It wasn't no thing where I was having some deep conversations. I was just like, listen, just get ready, innit? Like this is what it comes with, bro. Yeah. Look at, for example, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Chris Brown and Rihanna. Saweetie and Quavo. You be someone.
Skepta and Adele.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not saying it is. I didn't say that it was. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't. And I'm not saying it is, by the way, because it isn't. Because I don't know. I ain't spoken to anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I didn't say it was.
But Chuckie, you are perpetuating that it is by saying.
I didn't say that.
He's insinuating. But yeah, no. But this, it's just one of those things. It's like these people, yeah, are bait. They're bait. So when two of them are together, it's going to cause noise. But when have you heard Jay-Z and Beyonce speak about their differences to people or go and post? They don't need to, bro. They get caught by paparazzi. You know what I'm saying? It's like people want to like, and I'm not saying I'm like Beyonce and Jay-Z, but I don't want to say, but this guy thinks he's like Beyonce. Bro, I'm not. Because people will take that and say, yeah, but it's like, you get me? I know I'm in the public eye, and I know my relationship will be, but I'm keeping that to myself, and it's just like she knows as well. Like, do you know? If we want to celebrate something together, we will do it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But other than that, we just it is what it is, man.
But the kid thing is an absolute blessing, though, man.
Do you know what?
How is that? Just even personally and professionally, like how was that personally and professionally had an impact on you?
Well, personally, like I said, we had him during COVID, innit? And that was a bit difficult because it was like, again, with all the stuff I'm thinking about, I'm thinking, I got a son here, innit? But the minute he came out here, I realised, wow, like, this is what true love is, innit? Like, I'm willing to do anything for this boy, like, anything on this planet I'll do for him. When he's growing and you're seeing him become a human being, basically, like, learning how to grab things and first all of them little things there, and he's starting to see his facial features coming out.
Did you cry?
Character.
See, when he came out, did you start barking?
He didn't cry.
No, did you bark?
No, you know all now, yeah.
Did you just back the top? Because you have to do the
I did the skin to skin. I did the skin to skin, yeah. And what
put him on the
was,
peck now.
When he came out, he didn't cry nothing, but he did a little cry, and then I said the Adhan in his ear, which is it's a Muslim prayer that you say to when a kid comes out. I said it, whispered it in his ear, and he stopped crying. Wow, that was powerful, bro. Like then Mizzy was playing some Bob Marley in it, and he was just calm, like calm baby. And I realized that day that he loves music. Like, do you get me? Yeah. So for me, it's just been like one of the most greatest feelings ever. Like, you don't know how much you love someone until you have a kid, and you think that your parents love you, but they don't until you see the love that they have for their grandson. It's different, bro.
Serious.
On a personal level, like, it's sick because I've included him in my work.
Yeah, I saw the bro. That was one of the funniest ones.
The pram.
I
broke it, by the way.
Did you?
You had to buy a new one.
Did you?
Because I did the intro about 3 times, and I landed on that pram and I broke it.
Did you? Yeah. When you started sipping from the bottle, what was it? Well, you was testing the thing. You tested the bottle, put it on there, whatever it was. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so funny, boy. But do you know what the thing is? Do you know why that is funny as well? It's because obviously I'm not saying this is with you or whatnot, but there's so much truth in that jest. Do you get what I'm saying? There's something different that I love about a man walking with his baby, just walking with his pram, and just him, his baby. Obviously, it's, you know what I mean, you go halves on a baby, but say you just go out just to the shop, or you go shopping or whatever, and you're doing this just the dad thing, because you don't see that so often. Usually you will see like the mum walking with, or you might see the couple or whatnot. But there's something very different about that. You know, that girl love. I'll tell you that now.
Right, it's so mad. The first time I took my son on a little walk here, women are like pushing their pram, smiling at me to say, "Wow, so proud of you." They don't expect a black man in a trackie and that to be pushing his son.
That's mad though. When you deep that.
It is because it's
that's
like,
kind of deep still.
It is because for me, yeah, like I want to be a hands-on dad, innit? I want to be there for my son. I want to be able to, like, you get me? I want him to see that, yeah, his dad was about as well. So when women see it, obviously there's a notion that obviously a lot of men don't really do that stuff with their kids, and
right.
I'm breaking the narrative. Like, it's cool. I want to make that shit cool. Like, and that's why I said it in my video, bro. Like, I'm trying to make being a dad sexy again, because it's like some people look at a dad and be like, oh yeah, you got a ute and that's it. Okay, cool, but I'm still lit. Yeah. I'm still this guy that I was, but I've just got a son now, and I'm gonna make sure he's lit as well, and you get me. So those interactions of him going out in the first time and seeing some air and seeing sun and looking up and seeing me, I need him to remember those things, innit?
Right.
So when I do those, I get a sense of like, raw, I'm fully a dad. Like, do you get me? And it's that feeling. I don't think I'll ever understand. I can't explain it.
Yeah,
you just have to go through it to understand it.
Yeah, I got like my closest friends have got kids and that, and they you know what, their experiences, although they were at different times, just was exactly the same. They're just like, bro, you know what? It's like I can't even. It's a madness. I can't explain it. It's just there's a different level of love that you have with your kid, and even for a lot of people, the mother of their child as well, because it's like when you see what that woman has to go through to actually deliver that is it's crazy, bro.
My post when I posted the picture wasn't about me. It was about Mizzy. I was like, when you see the mother of your child go through what they go through to bring that joy to you, yeah, the respect that you have for them is next level. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're potentially putting your life at risk to bring this baby out, and the stuff that they go through is not a joke.
Yeah,
like, and there needs to be a lot of education from men about that stuff, because the stuff I've learned as I've gone along about, like, do you know what I'm saying, how it is to deal with a woman after.
I hear that.
Yeah, and even so, like, being very, very compassionate and stuff is something that needs to be taught as well, because, you know what I mean, you can just think it's normal after that, and it's really not. There's a whole period after that they need to be nurtured and looked after as much as the baby does as well. And that's something I've learned as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And even the men need to be looked after and nurtured as well, because man's just had a baby, blood. Man's whole life has just changed.
Man's a dad, cousin.
Man's a dad. Man's a father. And it seems cool because man makes it look cool, but it is very hard as well. And yeah, it's just one of those things, man. But like, again, it all goes down to it. It's all worth it at the end of the day, because you're seeing your child. When your child says dada or says mama to you, like, I can't imagine how that feels on weighing, because it's just going to be like, yeah, that's it. Officially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a big learning curve.
So you're in a good space now, man. You're in a much better space, right?
Much better, man. I feel like I understand myself more. Yeah. I understand my purpose. I understand what I'm here to do. I got lost a bit in transition, but that's just part of it. It's part of it anyway. But like, I just feel like I'm back again. I feel like I can, when I step out of my house in the morning, I know that I'm this person, that I haven't got imposter syndrome anymore. I know who I am now, innit?
Ooh,
you get me, bro?
Imposter syndrome.
Big thing.
Let's talk about that. That thing of feeling like I'm not really supposed to be here. I'm not really supposed to be. How long did that last for you?
I'll be honest with you. Since we spoke, up until I had my son, and a bit after that, that's how long it lasted for.
Wow.
Like, we'll get so much things happen to us, yeah? And then my brethren will be like, blood, you're good, fam. What's wrong with you, bro? Like, bruv. It's like they can see outside of me. I mean, they can see me. I'm not taking myself to take a step outside of myself and look, bro, you actually are this person. And like, man would just second guess a lot of things. And then things will happen and I'm like, okay, cool. That was just a lie. That was a little lie. Then another thing will happen and I'm like, okay, wow. Like, I'll get noticed by people that I don't expect them to notice me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I say this all the time, yeah? And I don't want it to come across as I'm some nerd, but when JME first met me and he called me HP like the sauce, I almost lost it.
Serious.
Because I'm like, you're not on socials like that, yeah? You don't seem like that person that would watch what I do anyway, yeah? But you know who I am.
Yeah.
I started to clock that, okay, cool, maybe I actually am this guy. And it started becoming a process of it all because, like I said, my thing happened very, very fast. And I don't think I've seen anything that's happened like it in the sense of it's so quick. In under 2 years, I've made something for myself. Do you know what I mean? So dealing with that was so hard because, bruv, man's, again, like I keep going to it, man's from the ends, bro. These things don't happen every day. These things don't happen when you're able to use your situation, a negative situation that you're in, and the things that you're around to benefit you. Do you know what I'm saying? All to the stage, I have man from jail that man was on the streets with, bro. Hitting man up to say, bro, I'm proud of you, bro. You're giving me inspiration. I love watching your videos. That stuff there started to make me realize, okay, I am. Let me go into that bag because that's who I am, innit? It's been a very, very like difficult transition, but I'm here now, man. I know who I am.
That imposter syndrome thing happens to me, or had happened to me before I would film certain bits of content. So like before, I'd think like, you know what? Like, can I do this justice? I don't even know if I could do this justice. Like, I don't know if, like, why have I been asked to do that? Do you get what I'm saying? As soon as I've done it though, that imposter syndrome gets flung right out of the window. Because I've delivered and I feel it within myself. Fuck what it does. How I felt after I done it made me that's why you know what? And the moment, literally, as the moment that it's time to go, the moment it's time to start engaging and doing it, that feeling of the imposter, it goes because I'm locked in now. But then, as I said, after I'm done, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah. But the thing is, the build up to that, for me sometimes lasts a long period of time. Do you know why? Because that job that came in, it could be next week Friday, right? Right now, the day that we're recording is what is it? What day is it? It's Thursday, yeah? So it could be next week Friday. So now in my head, I got this thing coming up, which is a big thing next Friday. And I'm thinking, like, can I deliver? Like, fuck, this is a bit mad. Like, people are going to be watching this, blah, 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 whatever. So that goes on until the moment it's time to be like, yeah, boom, go. So that's a long period of time. Once that's gone, I'm locked in, I'm engaged, I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Then once that's done, then I'm like, yeah, bro, like
light work. Light work. Do you know what it is, Chuckie? I look at you and I look at people that have been doing what you've been doing for a long time, and I look at you like as point of references. So when I started my podcast, when we was doing the what it wants to be related to, Halfcast podcast, for the culture, Receipts podcast, Free Shots. So you're a benchmark of what a podcaster should be, yeah? That power, I don't think we know or you know that you've got it. And if you do know you've got it, yeah, it shows in the work that you do. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, I think that's the same thing what people look at when they book you. They're expecting this level of whatever it is that you've got every time. And because we work under pressure, we love it, we are going to deliver. So that makes us better at what we do, bro. So I'm sure there's been jobs that you've done and you're like, like, did I just do that? And it was so easy. No one's better than me.
Yeah.
No one's better than me. Like, who is better than me? And it's like, that is what I've learned from my thing, is that regardless of the imposter syndrome, bro, like, for me to do this for so long and not be found out by myself or found out by anyone else, I'm good, man. I'm cushy. Like, I'm so good. Forget the stress now. Do you get me? I remember I did I did a pilot for a show. It should be coming out very, very shortly, yeah. Well, hopefully anyway. And when I was doing the intro to whatever task it was that was doing on the show, yeah, I couldn't get my words out.
Oh, serious?
Couldn't get my words out. I was like, so yeah, listen, okay, let's go again.
Oh yeah, and then once you're on the third one now, you're fucking...
I'm gone. The lady said to me, she goes, would you like to start again and do it in bits so we can edit it? I said, no. I need to get this done. Like, I need to get this done. Right, so I've gone, blah, blah, blah. You do blah, I don't know, that doesn't even work. I don't know why people do that. I've got some water, drank it now. So I've done it all in one now, and they've gone, hey, round of applause. Then the lady's gone to me, listen, yeah, I've done shows with Jonathan Ross. I've done shows with all of these people. This happens.
Yes.
This is normal. And it's like, when you first start, you think, I can't make no mistakes because I need to be at the best of my ability. But that's not true. You need to show that you're willing to work through all of that stuff. And I think that's what proves or shows you how good you are. Because from that, I ain't never done that like that before. Again, like I make sure I go there and I'm speaking properly. Sometimes I even read a lot just so I can get words out. Because presenting, you don't want to be that guy that's just making bare... You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I've had some of those things. It's funny, though, because...
Yeah, I hear that.
It was hard, though. I remember that day I was so gutted. I was like, yeah, they're not going to let me do this again. Yeah, I'm finished.
And it lingers around you for a tiny bit as well, innit? You think, oh,
you're just looking at everyone like they're thinking, oh, this guy's shit.
Yeah.